Hey everybody, Lady Cheryl here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I hope you like the video and subscribe to my channel. I am a senior citizen with disabilities that is always striving to help other people grow their own food. In this video, I'm going to share with you some homemade solutions that are made from everyday things you may have in your household. One of them is going to stop flies from being all around your area when you're barbecuing, or if you're just sitting out enjoying the weather on your patio. The next thing I'm going to show you is how I make a solution that will give a big boost to your tomato plants or your roses, and you can also use it as a foliar feed. And then the third thing I'm going to share with you is something that most of you all drink every single day and you throw it away. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you, this particular solution has to be fermented for a very long time to develop its full potential. Y'all ready? Okay, let's get started. About 5 days ago, I put some used coffee grounds in rainwater, and over here I put banana peels in water. And the last container, I used my orange peelings in rainwater. Now, I left this in here a little bit longer because I was on vacation, so to make sure I don't spread any fungus, I added a half a cup of hydrogen peroxide. H2O2 3%. And the only difference in this and water is that it has more oxygen. And I did that to the coffee water as well as the banana water. Now you can see it bubbling, not so much on the coffee water, but you can see clearly that there's still a lot of oxygen from the hydrogen peroxide in the banana water, because it is recommended that you only soak the banana peels in the water for several days. But I left it in for 5 days because I went on vacation, and there was a little like mold or fungus at the top of it, so that's the reason why I added a half a cup of hydrogen peroxide, because I know that that will take care of it. Now, I need to tell you that I'm going to dilute this really well with water, so don't worry. Please trust me. The hydrogen peroxide will be so diluted that it won't hurt your plants. Over here, I did the same thing. There wasn't too much fungus in the orange peelings, so I just added about 1/4 of a cup of hydrogen peroxide. Now, what I'm going to do is my training as a cosmetology educator for over 45 years. I know that if you leave hydrogen peroxide uncovered overnight, the oxygen molecules will escape and it will turn into water. But to be on the safe side, I'm going to show you how I dilute it. It's the next day, and you can take a look at my solutions. You don't see any bubbling, so that you know that the oxygen has escaped, and we're going to have some good sprays. The first solution that I'm going to share with you, it is called orange water. And believe it or not, it could be very beneficial in your garden. And I'm going to show you how I make it and show you why I make it. The orange scented solution, you can see I strained it. And now I'm going to strain it again with this real fine mesh strainer that I use when I'm cleaning out my hydroponic systems. And I'll come back and show you. You can see a few little remnants at the bottom of this net. And now it's time for me to make my solution. This is the professional sprayer I'm going to use, and I've been using them for years. I got a couple new ones, and what I like about it is they don't break and they don't clog up. Can you see those little holes right there? That will strain out anything that is left behind, so you don't have to worry about if you leave a little something in there that may clog up your sprayer. It's going to be okay. Filled up that solution up to about 19 ounces. The rest, I'm going to fill it all the way up so it'll go actually more than 23 ounces. I'm going to fill it almost all the way to the top. And I'm going to add a few drops of dish soap so that the product will adhere to whatever I spray it on. That little blue substance is the Dawn dish soap, and I'm gonna leave a little room in there so I can shake it up real good. And it's ready to use. And it smells delicious. It smells just like orange juice. Now you can spray this on your patio furniture, anywhere that you see a lot of flies and you're just trying to enjoy being outside. The next thing I'm going to show you is how I take bananas and how I let it give a boost to my garden. Here is the banana water. I'm not adding anything to it. I just want to use it as a foliar spray on my tomatoes. And then here is the coffee water. I'm going to pour it directly at the base of each tomato plant and roses. This is my diluted coffee water. Remember, I just used the used grounds, soak them, put a little peroxide in it, and then I add half coffee ground water and half water, because you want to make this really weak. It can give a good little boost to your tomato plants as a foliar spray, but make sure you dilute it well because you don't want to overwhelm your plant. The last thing I'm going to share with you is how I make fertilizer out of Russian blocking 14 Comfrey. Now, I'm not going to share all of it with you because it's going to be fermenting for a long time, and I promise you I'll come back and show you what I do. Brian and I are starting the beginning of our Comfrey fertilizer. I have it growing in a pod. Now, in my food forest, I had it growing everywhere so that it was in the ground. But over here, I don't have that luxury, so I am going to let it ferment for a very long time. As you can see, Brian started taking off some of the leaves right here, and he's gonna fill this one up as well. And we're gonna let this ferment for about 2 months. So that's my Comfrey. I'm gonna let it ferment until July 4th, so it can be real strong. I'll occasionally add more water to it. I'll also probably put some tape around here because it's gonna start smelling real bad and attract flies and that type of thing. And after the holiday, when I dilute this real strong solution of Comfrey fertilizer, I will make a video and show you that I'm only going to use 1 portion fertilizer and 10 parts water. Do you see all of these branches and leaves? Even some little tiny tomatoes I accidentally pulled up. That happens. Well, I removed them from this plant right here. This is a tiny Tim tomato. It's supposed to be a dwarf plant, but last year it grew very tall. I saved some of the seeds and started them in the house in December, and look how tall this plant is. Now, this is what I want to show you. You see that? That's an indication that something was eating these tomatoes. So I pruned all in here so I can see now. It was real tight. And surprise, surprise, look what I found. Look what I caught on sale. That is a decaying hornworm that was eating the tomatoes. And they will also eat the branches, and that's why I had to take a lot of the branches off that were eaten on. So you have to always watch to see what's happening in your garden. And I wanted to say one more thing. I sprayed this plant with neem oil, pure cold pressed neem oil, about a teaspoon in a 16-ounce sprayer. And I filled it almost up with just regular water, and I added 2 drops of Dawn blue dish soap, and that cured it. Now, I'm gonna show you something else. I'm gonna go slowly, because I'm always moving too fast. You can see I'm getting my shade cloth up. Now, if you see one hornworm, you might see some more. So I'm gonna go in closer, and let you see all those leaves down on the ground. And I thinned out those tomatoes all the way over there when you can see through them. That's where I'm going to stop today, and I'm going to do these. Let me go back out. I'm going to thin these out tomorrow. Just work every day, guys, just a little bit a day, and that way it won't pile up on you. If you're a senior citizen, or if you got health challenges like me, I'll be 71 years old in a few months, and I'm gonna garden as long as I'm alive, as long as I can. All right, I'm gonna show you some more clips tomorrow. My grandson, Brian, the honor student, is so good at putting things together that I don't even bother anymore. I just call on his engineering mind, and he is putting another of my Mother's Day gifts. It's a little container, and it has a built-in trellis. And so he's putting it together for me, and I am going to see what I can put in it today. You want to say hey, Brian?
Hey.
How much are you charging me, Brian?
$25.
$25? You will never be broke. So my engineer has the wheels on it, and now he is building the trellis. And I like how he is pushing everything down, making sure everything is in place and that it's secure. Can you roll it for me, Brian? Cool.
Okay, guys, this didn't take me nothing but 5 minutes to put together. And the thing, it comes with these zip ties that you can tie the vines to.
Okay.
And
what about the drainage hose?
drainage hose?
Mm-hmm.
Right here.
So how do I get the water out? Would you just pull them out?
Yeah, you pull them out like this. You get the pull.
Now what if I don't want that rolling around, because I want to put it on, let's say, mulch?
They got these black things right here.
What black things? Brian, why you have that on your feet?
You'll put these black things right here, these 4 black things.
What are those?
They're like little stubs.
Little feet, like? And you can put that where the wheels are?
Yeah, like that.
Okay, thanks, Brian. This morning I planted the last 2 tomato plants that I was cloning, one here, and then I put the other one in my new container that Brian put together for me, and I removed all of the leaves that were touching the soil, and I'm going to remove right now these little flowers that came on while it was rooting. Now they look a little yellow right now because they only had the water to root in, no nutrition. But as soon as it gets some of this nutrition in this new soil, it will green up real fast. Now, you see this pot right here? I'm always starting seeds. This is parsley. I decided to put 2 into this container to act as a trap crop. Some people even believe that parsley will make your tomatoes taste better, but I put 2 of them in this container. I know that parsley attracts aphids, and it'll keep them off the tomatoes, and they'll just stay on the 2 trap crops. And then I put another one right here. And I'll probably prick out a few marigolds and put at least 1 in each of these pots. Okay, guys, this is just a little bonus footage. This is my sister visiting from Indiana, and I just harvested that zucchini and the crookneck squash, the first one for this year. You want to say hi to the people? Hello. She looks just like me, guys. Thank you all so much for watching my video. You know that I love you, and God loves you too. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Bye now.